Call to the booth, championship week. I remember mine just like it was yesterday. How do the Broncos get back? Paul, drop that beat.
Back with more Call to the Booth. That's Aqib Talib. I'm Harrison Sanford right here on Altitude TV. If you missed us on Altitude TV, make sure you catch us on the podcast apps or on YouTube. Of course, without a shadow of a doubt, we're going to talk about the AFC and NFC championship games, but we have to look back at it, Aqib. Take me inside the lounge, the TV setup, your vibes that were going on as you went through what would seem to me the best playoff weekend that we've seen in the NFL.
Man, by far, these games was all down to the wire, man. And you got to see defense one day. You saw offense the next day. You saw situational football. You saw stars making plays, man. It was by far the best weekend of football that I've seen in a long time. But the setup was nice. You know, I was in the theater room as usual, you know, locked in with Brill with me. I had my 8-year-old with me. I'm saying he watched a little football with me, but man, emotions, man, up, down. You know, I had a couple dollars on the game. So, man, it's by far the best weekend of playoff football I ever seen.
It was amazing. I didn't put any chips down, but it felt like I did the way I was tense the whole time, for sure. Now the weekend ended with the Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and it must have made a couple Broncos fans start to think, well, man, hold on. It's Patrick Mahomes. He's in our division. There's Josh Allen in our conference. There's Joe Burrow, who's going to the AFC championship game in his second year. And there's Justin Herbert in the division as well. And they can make an argument that they should have been in the playoffs as well. Aqib, if you're a Broncos fan, you're starting to look at these quarterback with 10-year windows. Does that change how you kind of approach this big hole at the quarterback position that they have this offseason?
Man, I mean, it was clear as day before the season you needed a quarterback. It's clear as day after the season you need a quarterback. So I don't know if it changed it, but it'll be a few names floating around there, man. We know the names. You got to be all in on getting one of these guys if you plan on competing in the AFC. We ain't even mentioned Lamar. You know what I'm saying? It's more guys out there who we didn't even mention. We ain't mentioned Trevor Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? Well, just watch. I know him when I see him. He going to hit the leagues running, storming. As soon as they get the right coach, the right vibe over there, Trevor Lawrence going to crank up and be going crazy too. So the Broncos definitely got to catch up. Got to catch up right now. Need a quarterback ASAP.
Well, that's the thing why I want to bring it up to you, because we've seen what the Broncos, remember last year when we did the show, I asked you to name all the Broncos quarterbacks since Peyton Manning left, and It was hard to name all of them. And if they go this route, let's say an Aaron Rodgers route, a Russell Wilson route, it's almost as if they have to win. I mean, maybe they'll learn from their mistakes and be better prepared, but we've seen what happened after Peyton left. Like if Peyton didn't win a chip there, would you have called it a success?
Hell nah. I mean, you bring in the big guns to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? Just making it to the playoffs or winning a divisional game or something. That's not getting the job done, man. If you call a Peyton or a Russell or a Deshaun or A-Rod or, you know what I'm saying? If one of those guys come in, you need a chip. You got to get a chip. So that's why you do it, though. I mean, it ain't like they come in and those guys have 1 or 2 years to win a chip. Nah, those guys got a big window too. Y'all got your own 5-6 year window, but we bringing in the big guns. Within that 5 or 6 years, we need at least one chip. That's just how it go.
For sure. I guess I'm thinking, you know, like you look at Justin Herbert got on the field as soon as he started playing. Joe Burrow got on the field as soon as he got drafted. There could be a train of thought. Hey, spend and whoever comes in at quarterback is going to command some dollars. Maybe you spend your money at other positions, maybe offensive line, maybe getting somebody similar to Von Miller as a pass rusher, maybe getting another DB like Travarius Ward, Kevin King, they're out there, Hassan Reddick, he's out there. Spending your money there and drafting a quarterback who you have confidence can be at that Herbert, Burrow level, Josh Allen level, so that you can have a 10 to 15-year run with a quarterback in your system that's getting paid minuscule dollars.
Yeah, that sound good. That sound great, Harrison, but Joe Burrows is not just coming left and right. You know what I'm saying? Justin Herbert's, they're not just coming left and right. Now, we done had a window where, boom, we done got stormed with a lot of good quarterbacks. But, man, we had that window before. And, you know, that trickled down to about 5 or 6 guys. And we had a long time where we ain't had those kind of caliber quarterbacks. And that's just how the league go, man. So I don't know if you can just bank on getting a Herbert out the draft or a Burrow out the draft, or you kind of know when you got one of those guys, man. And I don't know if it's one of those guys this year. I don't really see one in college right now, period. So who knows, man? If you got a guy who proven in the league, he's been in the league 5, 6 years, he's proven in the league, I don't see nothing wrong with rolling the dice and going with him.
The one thing that Tom Brady has maybe made a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more acceptable to think that somebody like maybe an Aaron Rodgers can come in at his age and still last for another 6, 7 years. I think Tom Brady's longevity maybe makes you feel a bit more comfortable, because when Peyton was there,
window, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because when Peyton was there, you guys, you didn't feel like he was going to go another 10 years.
Nah.
If you look at Aaron Rodgers, you're like, he could probably go another 7 to 8. If he wants to do it, he probably could.
He can. And then the money up, man, the money going up too. Is at like 208 this year or something, man. So paying guys is not really a problem. It's look at the Cowboys, look at all the guys they got paid. Look at the Rams, look at all the guys they got paid, man. So paying guys is not a problem no more, man. I think they kind of fixing that problem, man. You can kind of keep all your guys and pay your guys. It's showing, right? Look at San Fran, they got a whole lot of guys who paid. You know what I'm saying? So man, it's doable, man. You could still have a nice team and have a paid quarterback, man. It ain't like it used to be. You pay a quarterback, you can't pay nobody else. That's not the case no more.
I will say this, and I'm not George Patton, but I would assume, as much as he might want to get a Rodgers, whoever, he would love to have a quarterback that he could at least put behind them to give some longevity, because it's unfortunate for Broncos fans to have gone through those great times and then have to. This should not be the penalty for winning a Super Bowl. Exactly.
I mean, even if you go with somebody like Russell, you know what I'm saying? He 10 years in, but I mean, that's a 10-year quarterback. Like you look at Russell, like, yeah, he got 7, 8 good more years in him. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll see after that. So, I mean, age is a little different when you're talking about quarterbacks, man. As long as you can get a full contract out of them, I think that's what you're looking for. And I think you can get that with A-Rod. If I was Patton, I would go after a quarterback who wants to be here. You know what I'm saying? Who want to be here, who a proven guy who really want to be here. And that's the guy I feel like I'm gonna have the most success with, a guy who want to be in Denver, who named Denver as one of his places he want to go. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be hard for me not to go all in on him if he big time and he want to be with the Broncos.
I don't think we're gonna get this answer anytime soon when it comes to who might be the next quarterback for the Denver Broncos. But I assume the fan base wants Aaron Rodgers. He's probably the most celebrated quarterback out of guys who could be available. But there's also a little bit of hesitancy with him just because of how he's performed, to some fans at least, particularly how he's performed in the playoffs. Aqib, I think I already know the answer. Do you have any inkling of a concern about Aaron Rodgers in a Denver Broncos jersey? Would it be worth it?
It'd be worth every penny, every dollar, man. If you get a guy like him under center in the building for you leading your team, you gonna have a chance. You're gonna be Final 4, Final 6 teams every year. Now, A-Rod might not win it. The best team don't win it. The best quarterback don't win it all the time, man. This thing got a lot to do with health. It got a lot to do with momentum. It got a lot to do with vibe, because it's the biggest team sport in the world. Now, if you got questions about A-Rod and how he vibe with the teams, then that might be something to look at. You know what I'm saying? So if it was me, I have a nice 3-4 year window where I ride with A-Rod for 4 years. And if we went to the divisional round in the AFC Championship and lost all those years, I might extend him to a 5th year because I think like 1 year we're gonna get over the hump. That's just what kind of guy he is. You always think you got a chance to win with A-Rod, man. So I know if I was running things over there, I'd definitely do it.
Can you imagine the AFC West with Justin Herbert, Patrick
Man.
Mahomes, and Aaron Rodgers? Goodness gracious. Aqib, you mentioned vibes. The vibes in Los Angeles this weekend going to be crazy, going to be out of control. Rams, 49ers, and then the vibes in Kansas City. Chiefs trying to go back to the Super Bowl. Cool Joe Burrow trying to spoil the party. We got to talk about it. Playoff bets next.